Hey, it's Foos, and we recorded the podcast 2 days ago, but this is a quick intro before the actual show on a very important development for Forbidden Door. As you know, on the pre-show, we have Los Ingobernables de Japón, Titan, Hiromu, and Yoritsuji facing off against the Lucha Brothers and Mistico, and this is massive because, as you know, they have not teamed together since like 2018. In fact, this is the first time Lucha Brothers and a CMLL luchador have been together in the ring in AEW, and to me, that is just too big not to mention. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of our show today. Amables amigos, welcome back to another episode of the Club Lucha Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Foos, together here with Floke.
Yo.
And Soups.
Yellow.
And we are coming off a fantastic weekend. I feel like we're all very happy. We all watched CMLL's Fantasticamania Mexico, and we are here to tell you about it. Floke, Soups, how you feeling?
Good. I thought it was a really good show on Friday and a really good show on Saturday as well.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Friday show. I wasn't able to catch the Saturday show live.
It was good stuff. Honestly, I'm going to start off the show with a very grand statement. But you know what? That's what we're here for. This might have been CMLL's best week of the year. And I'm going to say it for one big reason. It's super biased, but you already know what it is. Because that week of Mistico 20th anniversary shows.
It was horrible.
Dude, they were drawing crazy. Oh my God, bro. Call him what you want, but you cannot call him not a taquillero, bro. That fool was selling tickets in Arena Puebla. He was selling tickets in Arena Coliseo de Guadalajara. He was selling tickets in Arena Mexico. I guess he was also selling tickets to Arena Coliseo, but maybe the hardcore Hechicero fans were also selling tickets to that one. But if you guys have not been following on social media, or if you guys just have not been watching any of the shows, which is fine. No one's expected to watch everything, but a lot of the clips and videos that CMLL has put out and just the pictures of the arenas, Arena Puebla, Arena Coliseo de Guadalajara, Arena Mexico, you'll notice one thing in all of them. They are jam-packed with people. All here to celebrate El Rey de Plata y Oro. But, we could talk more about that as we get further along in this show. Fantasticamania Mexico, right? Started off with the opener, Los Viajeros del Espacio, Futuro, and Max Star, teaming with Vegas against La Dinastía Caronte. Floke, thoughts on that opener?
I guess for a Carontes match, it was acceptable.
Oh, boo. Oh, my God.
Look, Soups, what did you think?
Yeah, no, that match was a heater. That was the best I've seen the Carontes work in my entire life. They were going for all their big stuff and actually hitting it for once. It was a sight to behold for sure. That's a 5-star classic in my books.
Look, I agree with you 100%, and let me tell you as well why. Because as soon as that match started, I had a fear. I had some dread in me because I was like, you know, historically, Los Carontes, like, they're not the best. They're opening guys for sure. Astro Boy Jr. He's green. He's really green. Honestly, for being real, he's shown some stuff. He's shown some sparks, but the overall is not quite there yet. So I was worried, and then the match actually started going, and they were just hitting everything. Everything they were attempting, they were hitting. And I was like, these are different guys right now because these guys are on 10. I don't know if it was the power of the Mistico gear that they had on. I don't know if it was the power of the people in Arena Mexico just giving them the motivation to go crazy. I don't know if they just came in with a different mindset. They just had that Mistico mindset, and they came in and they put on a good one.
Yeah, I think jumping ahead a little bit, before Mistico's match, they showed that little vignette, and he's at the cathedral, and the Carontes are there with him. So They must have said all their prayers in that moment to just have a good match, and the Lord answered them.
They got him. They got him. They didn't win, but
Good.
They won the hearts.
they won the hearts and minds of me and Soups for sure. Vegas, for people who, I guess I didn't make this connection before either, but when he came out and I saw it was Vegas, and then I looked at his mask, because Black Warrior, he was one of Mistico's best rivals. I mean, he was like the first big mask that Mistico won back in 2006. But he used to go by the name Vegas as well. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Flo, but he gave Vegas that mask design so he can use it as well. Am I correct in saying that, or
Something along those lines. I think he has some relation like that.
some sort of relation there? So if
Yeah, some relation there.
it's not super, like, I don't remember it being explicitly mentioned on the broadcast by the commentary or anything, but it's like one of those like little, like almost like a little Easter egg, a little connection you can make between those guys. The best move of the match. What did you think?
Oh, the corkscrew elbow drop always. That's the. But
The
there was also the step up Hurricane Rana from the middle rope. I thought somebody was landing on their head there, and nobody did. So that's an honorable mention.
Dude, I gotta go with the rope trick, springboard moonsault to the outside.
Oh yeah, that was a heat check. That's like they were seeing what they could get away with.
That was crazy. That was my best. I was when that happened and it all hit perfectly. I said, "All right, man, these boys are stepping it up for another level tonight."
Absolutely.
But after this match, we had Los Depredadores, Magnus and Ruido, with Mije against the Wolf Zaddies, Bad Dude Tito and Che Cabrera. What did you think about the Wolf Zaddies? I guess not just on this show, but there are other CMLL shows as well.
I thought they were they this is my first well this was my first time seeing Chick Cabrera, but I was really impressed. I enjoyed them a lot as a tag team.
Yeah, they're like super enjoyable. They got a good energy to them that I like seeing. This match was maybe my least favorite of their matches on this little tour, but overall they're super fun.
I agree. I agree. This was my first time seeing both of them, and I think that their other matches were better. I think that maybe they just drew the chemistry with Magnus and Ruido. Maybe just wasn't there all the way. Um, and I also think maybe they could have had either a better match with people who were like larger or much smaller, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like maybe like Guerreros Laguneros, or maybe like Futuro and Neon. The two sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum, I guess. Or even God, what's her name? I'm blanking on their name, but I literally talk about them all the time.
Divinos
Los Atrapas.
Agujeros?
Oh, no, I was gonna say Los
Oh.
Atrapasueños. I think they could have a good one with them, but I will
Yeah, I
agree.
hope to see him back.
Me too. I think this is maybe the last. That I don't think the match was bad, but it was the least spectacular, I guess.
Yeah.
Just a solid 3, maybe, star match. Following that, though, Stephanie Baquer faced off against La Catalina. Flock, what are you thinking?
Best match of the night. I enjoyed this more than their previous. How many times have they faced off in single section? Twice? They
Yes.
had the Noche de Campeones and then that other time they faced, like I think it was like earlier this year or
Yeah, the
maybe
one
late last year, but
where La Catalina turned Technica.
yeah, the one where Bakker got DQ'd. I honestly thought this was like Catalina's best singles performance of up to date. It wasn't just her purely getting her ass kicked, although for part of the match she was mainly getting her ass kicked. But I thought she had some good offense that she hasn't shown off before, or not exactly shown off before, but like she sort of she made it work. She made it work a lot better than she had in previous singles matches that she's had. So Um, so positive on that. I thought Stephanie Vaquer was great as usual. I really liked how for a good chunk of for a good portion of the match, she was like mainly dominant, and then you could hear the crowd mainly chanting for like Catalina because they really wanted her to win, and I guess that shows that like the Catalina is really like building up like a strong following with the fans and the audience.
I agree. I agree 100%. Soups?
Yeah, pretty much echo exactly what Floke was saying. It was definitely, in my opinion, La Catalina's best match I've ever seen. Stephanie Vaquer continues to be herself and just one of the best wrestlers in the world. But yeah, La Catalina, it's we were kind of joking about it before how she uses the pedigree and being a former NXT product. It's wrapped around, and now I think it's awesome in a weird way. And now she hits the one-winged angel too. Just really great, weird stuff. I like when people are busting out moves that you wouldn't expect them to bust out. But one day she'll get this marquee victory, big win, and like Floke was saying, that crowd support continues to build and build, and I don't think it's stopped building yet.
For sure. No, absolutely. I've seen a ton of people online become fans of La Catalina, like, I want to say just in like the past few months, you know? Um,
Yes.
she is definitely gaining like a online fan base and then a real life fan base, people cheering her and all that. And like you guys were saying, I would also say I think this was La Catalina's best match as well. Before this, I would have said maybe the one against Sexies
Yeah.
for the Campeonato Universal.
Mm.
It was like
Yeah.
back in
Probably that one.
October, right?
That one or the Noche de Campeones one.
Yeah, but in those two, she was taking a lot more than she was giving. In
Yeah.
this match, she was actually giving like a lot back to
Yeah.
Stephanie Bucket. So
And she had a damn cyst burst during this match.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's
So
crazy, bro.
shout
Imagine
out
the
to her. I
pain.
don't know. Yeah, I don't even know how you would walk around with something like that, let alone wrestle like a classic.
Yeah,
Pain.
that's terrible. I mean, thankfully, she's okay. She gave an update. She said, um, she's all right. She'll be okay. She had surgery on it like the next day or that same night,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's coming away with it all okay. She'll be back in a few weeks. Just needs to recover. And you know what? We all wish her a speedy and a good recovery on that.
Absolutely.
There was some discourse we were talking about earlier, actually, because at the end of this match, we got some more build to a Forbidden Door match for AEW. Mercedes Monet made her Arena Mexico debut after Stephanie Vaquer pulled out the victory. Thoughts on Monet's presence in Arena Mexico? Like, what was going through y'all's heads when y'all saw her show up?
It was cool. It was cool because Mercedes had mentioned that she's mentioned that she's wanted to wrestle in Mexico before, right?
I think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming, if she's wanted to wrestle in Mexico, maybe one of the places that she's wanted to wrestle or, at least, appear at one point has been, Arena Mexico. So if that was a part of, something that she wanted to accomplish or something that she did want to achieve, I think that's really cool for her. And I think probably in the future we'll see Mercedes when they step into Arena Mexico and wrestle a match against who knows, maybe Stephanie Vaquer or La Catalina. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I could see Stephanie maybe getting the win back that she'll probably take. She'll take the loss this Sunday at Forbidden Door, so maybe she'll get a win back in
Mhm.
Mexico. I think that'd be pretty cool. But it's cool to see like these like A-list wrestlers show you that they have love for the game still. Like they're going places they don't really need to go. The
Mhm.
Mercedes doesn't need to go to Arena Mexico, but she wants to because of how historic it is, and just she wants to experience that feeling for herself. So I always think those things are pretty cool.
It was awesome. It was really awesome, yeah. She trained with Hoovy, right? Like she trained with Hoovy and
I
because
think
I was
so.
somebody retweeted from like 2022 her talking about going to Mexico and training with like Hoovy and Mr. Iguana, I think.
Oh, that's based.
I think I don't quote me, but I think it's Mr. Iguana. I think they said it was Mr. Iguana. And then
Yeah, I know she also trains like pretty frequently with Kalisto, Samurai del Sol. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're really good friends. So
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
But the discourse that this was bringing up, which is obviously we shouldn't even mention it in this podcast because it's unbelievably foolish, unbelievably dumb, ignorant, uneducated, all of those things that would properly describe the discourse that was being purported about Mercedes Monet and Arena Mexico. People saying, "Oh, how far she's fallen," all this stuff. But uh, like you said, first off, for the love of the game, and second off, this is not like a high school gym. This is 16,000 people in Arena Mexico. Like,
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
one of the most famous wrestling venues in the world and holds more than most like American arenas. So yeah, the argument really holds no water like whatsoever.
if you see
Mhm.
that, it's trolls. I mean, that's really all it is. It's engagement bait, rage bait. It's
Yeah.
not worth engaging. Sometimes it's fun too, but it's not
That's
worth
how,
it.
yeah.
Sometimes you get a really good dunk in, and it feels good for a little bit. But if you're just dunking all day,
Yeah.
what is a
No,
dunking
yeah,
do?
you need it to mean something. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, after this match, we had a tag match. Rocky Azucar Romero and Taiji Ishimori facing off against Máscara Dorada and Templario. This was also Máscara Dorada's 1 year anniversary of that mask, right?
A little bit. No, it's a little bit later because I think Fantasticamania last year was like June 30th.
Ah, June 30th.
Yeah, yeah. But it was Fantasticamania Mexico last year where he did debut, where he did change from Panterita del Ring Junior to Máscara Dorada.
What a year it's been, huh?
Yeah.
Big time.
Happy birthday.
Strong argument for very strong argument. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Very strong argument for best first year under a new name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, no, yeah. Very strong argument. One, Campeonato Universal, Leyenda de Plata, got to the finals of La Gran Alternativa, won the CML World Historic Welterweight Championship, has arguably had some of the best matches within the last year. Um,
With a
yeah, just
ton of guys too.
yeah, a ton
Not
of
just like a
wrestled
few dudes.
wrestled both in AEW and New Japan.
He's been doing great, man. He's been doing
There's
awesome. I still think about that match with Titan from Noche de Campeones last year.
it was a good match.
And then the match with Valverde Cavernario from this year, like
Oh
Which
yeah.
one? Which one? The
the
like
one, the VIP one.
the Sunday. Okay, because the Sunday match was also really good.
Yeah. But this match, this tag match, what did you guys think? Because I feel like we're gonna have all the same thoughts on this one.
It was really good up until the fucking until the
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah, exactly that. Mascara Dorada hit like a crazy I don't even know what you would call it. Like a tilt-a-whirl end of heartache, like Roderick Strong's finisher, but with like an extra toss and something in there. That was like dope as hell. And then all I can think about after that is the ending, which was confusing and I think unnecessary for what the finish ended up being. But
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, so to break down for everyone who didn't watch it, um, Máscara Dorada. Okay, so Templario and Taiji Ishimori are on the outside. I think Templario hit a dive to the outside. Um, him and Taiji are down outside. Máscara Dorada and Rocky are in the ring, and then Máscara Dorada goes for shooting star press. He hits it. Edgar, El Güero Noriega, starts counting 1, 2, and he should have counted 3, but he stopped. Colossal mistake for, no reason really. I feel like just count the 3. If he doesn't get up, that's Rocky's fault,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He doesn't count the 3, and it just, when that happened, I was just like, you guys were having a banger,
Yeah.
and it just kind of blew it on the finish completely. It was really confusing because it kind of leaves you wondering, well, is he out, or like is he still
Yeah.
in? And they just played it like he was out anyway. So Edgar blew the finish crazy on that, and then Taiji Ishimori. What did he do? I don't remember how he beat Mascara Dorada.
Did he pull his mask off?
I thought that was for Templario, wasn't it?
Yeah, he pulled.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
What
Did
Yeah,
he
he
tap
took
him out?
he took one of their masks off. He
Yeah,
took one of the
I
masks.
think it was Templari. I think you're right.
Yeah,
And
because he eliminated Templario second, I think.
yeah, did he just submit?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember what hold he used. Do you remember what he used?
It feels like an armbar. I don't know though.
I can't remember. I can't remember the finish besides, the fuck up. That's
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's so unfortunate because that was a really good match, but
yeah.
all my brain will jump to is that mess up at the end.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a shame because the match, like, had he just counted the 3, there would be no.
It doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there would have been no discourse about it or anything.
Because Rocky's just like, I'm out. Like he just didn't participate the rest of the match. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that kind of sucked, but and it sucks that it sucks because like the rest of the match was so good.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows one simple mistake can really destroy your perception of a match. But
Yep.
after that, we forgive you, Edgar. It happens, but
He was working a lot tonight.
he was working crazy. He worked 4 in a row, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he worked all but one match, or he worked all matches, I think, except for one. I think Olympico worked one of. Yeah, Olympico worked one of the matches.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he locked in after making that mistake though, because I don't remember him making another mistake.
Yeah.
In the next match, Michael Oku and Zack Sabre Jr. against Averno and Volador Jr. What are we thinking?
Solid match. I don't have too many complaints. I know some people might find that, the whole, oh, they started fighting in the middle of the match, or, they started having arguments. I know some people don't like that, but I enjoyed it for the fact that, it gave us maybe one clue to one possible feud that might be included in the build up to the 91st aniversario. So I didn't mind the whole bickering and fighting between Volador Jr. and Averno.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And when it's done right, it can be like good. If it's like at the start of the match and they have to remind you that they're not friends, that can be kind of weak. Where this match built up and like there's a little bit of frustration, and then started with Michael Oku and Zack Sabre Jr. not being on the same page and kind of hitting each other, and then Averno and Volador Jr. think they have the upper hand, and then they screw up, and then they get at each other's throats. So at least there's like a little bit of like there's some coherent storytelling there with just them wanting to get the upper hand, and then they're like, actually, dude, you suck, I hate you, and then they just start beating the shit out of each other a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Michael Oku's tour was pretty good. I was not a big fan of him before this, so maybe he just needs to stay in Mexico for a while, because thought he had some really good matches.
For sure. No, absolutely. I agree with you, especially on the whole "can they coexist" trope. Some people really hate it, but if it's done simply and it's done well, like it works. It doesn't need a lot extra to it.
It's played out in the States, and I can understand that, but this ain't the States, brother.
I think this is gonna sound maybe a little crazy, maybe just for this specific instance. I think "can they coexist" works a lot better when you don't have to do a promo battle before it, and
Yeah.
like the cracks aren't so evident before. When it's more of just like,
A little sudden explosion.
Yeah.
And also when it's somebody like Averno who is like
You know this
bro.
dude's an ass.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, him and Ultimo Guerrero got into it last year at the Aniversario, and that
Yeah.
caused them to not move on to that semi main, but it
Yeah.
worked for me. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. And like you said about Michael Oku, I was not. I mean, I really just wasn't super familiar with the guy at all. Unfortunately, I don't watch a lot of Rev Pro, but happy for him. I'm really happy for him because I think he did mention that the Arena Mexico crowd, like he's never wrestled in front of a crowd that big before because in Rev Pro in the UK scene, they're not they're not getting these 10,000 plus crowds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's not a knock on them. It's just different.
Different markets, yeah.
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 I think Amira Blair, she was talking about it on Informa, just about how it's different over there. Like the scale is a little smaller, but it was a good opportunity for them, and I hope to see them back again, especially
Yeah.
Amira Blair.
Same.
She mentioned wanting to wrestle Kira and
Yeah.
and Hera,
Yeah.
and to me, hey, I like them both. So she's got a good eye for talent, and I would definitely love to see her back. It's always awesome. I just think it's always awesome seeing like other people come to Arena Mexico and like do a short little tour.
Yeah, keeps
Yeah.
it fresh.
Keeps it really fresh. Like, and look, we've said it before. I feel like we said it before, but like Tony K, brother, like you got some young guys who need experience, like who maybe want to like broaden their horizons or
Yeah.
get a taste of strengthen their lucha, work a little better with like more traditional lucha guys.
Yeah.
He has a
Optimistically,
partner.
I mean, we're seeing that hopefully Friday, right? With
Yeah.
Fletcher and Atlantis Jr.
Yeah.
So
Send us anyone but Jericho.
yeah, I feel like that day is coming, probably Anniversario time.
Oh God.
But let's
We're
cross
good.
that bridge when we get to it. Let's cross that bridge later. But yeah, like guys like Fletcher who are pretty good already, but like they can definitely add some seasoning to their game. So what better place to do it, right?
Exactly. Look, these mini excursions, like these week long, just do the circuit for a week. I feel like they're good for people,
Yeah.
and it really makes them learn how to, I guess, like work a different crowd. It really makes you. You
Mhm.
can't rely on your usual home things. You gotta show me something.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's good stuff. But we can talk about Atlantis and Kyle Fletcher. I got some thoughts on that I'd like to share. Anyway, our main event of the evening. Of course, who else could be in this main event, brother? But Mistico and Hero Mistico. Thoughts? First, I want to ask your thoughts on the pre-match stuff. The entrances, the ceremony. What did you guys think about all this?
I didn't watch. I went to go get a drink of water.
I admire the hating.
I respect it. No, it was cool. I'm a sucker for a ceremony and celebrating people like while they're alive and even when they're still active performers, and you can really just show how much these wrestlers mean to the people and stuff. So I thought that was cool. Seeing the little Mysticos got me a little misty eyed, if you will. But yeah, just really cool to honor one of the greatest at a time like this.
Absolutely. I could talk about this for hours, but I'll limit myself on what I'm going to say. Definitely agree with you on all of that, and I want to say that the reach of that Mystico entrance from Friday was huge because people who I had never seen talk about CMLL before, who I'd never seen tweet about CMLL or like post about CMLL, like it felt like that night everybody was talking about CMLL, bro. And I say this too on a night that had a really big reaction to a SmackDown they were running with Jacob Fatu
Mhm.
debuting.
Mhm.
So it was like a really big night on two fronts there. I wasn't watching SmackDown. I don't watch SmackDown for uh, all of you Bloodline fans, but I mean they were dominating the discourse for the night, and then after a certain time of the night, once that CMLL came on, and maybe it's just the people I follow, maybe it's just the online bubble that I've curated for myself, but it felt good, dude. I was like, this is awesome, man. Like I could tell everybody in the arena was having a fantastic time, and everybody watching was like, this is sweet, dude, and it really was. It was really special. Like it felt like a
Yeah.
very very special moment.
Foos, how many times have you watched the entrances?
God Almighty. That night, I just kept watching. Like after the show ended, I just watched it like 2 or 3 more times. I was comparing it to the Arena Coliseo de Guadalajara entrance because in that one, Mistico, uh, he like there was the gong hit, and then into Ameno, like the first like 15 to 20 seconds of Ameno, and then it
Yeah.
went into Me Muero, and then Mistico came out, and everybody was singing and all of that, and it was just really really good. Friday was more simple, and I don't know if this just because they didn't trust whoever was doing the audio for the night, which I get it because they majorly flubbed one aspect, but they did the gong hits. It was like multiple gong hits, and they had the fake Mysticals up on the entrances. I don't know who were under those masks. I wonder. Could you tell?
No.
I couldn't tell. I have no idea. But they didn't do Ameno. They just went, and then they had like the opening, like the screens opened, and Mystical came out. That was crazy. But the area where they messed up is that live they didn't have the crowd mics on for some reason. They just had the music streaming directly into like through the stream, and then when they re-uploaded it, you could hear the crowd, and the crowd was going insane. And I was just like, this would have
Mhm.
been maybe 50% cooler if the original stream had this on there. But we still got to see it anyway, so I wasn't mad about it. It was awesome, man. I don't know. I could just keep saying that, but it just was. It
Yeah.
was really cool.
It was awesome. It was that was chills, as The Rock would say. The mana was running strong for Mistico.
It really was. Very special night. The match itself was also exceeded my expectations a bit, honestly. What did y'all think about the actual match with Hiromu?
Go on, Floke.
I'll go last.
Okay, I'll go. I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was kind of by the numbers, but just for the occasion that it was, I thought that was okay. I thought it was nice to have like a little bit of a slower match where Hiromu's just kind of beating him down. Mystico starts to get something going. Hiromu cuts him off, and that kind of just goes on for a little bit, and then Mystico finally gets going, beats him after it was like 20-ish minutes or so. Just a feel good match. That's I don't think it's going to end up on a match of the year list or anything, but
Very close.
for the night, I thought it was a perfect ending to the night.
Well, let's hear it.
It was fine.
That's
I
basically
thought
saying it's a 10.
no.
That's a 10 on the Flog Mystical scale. Let's go.
Yeah.
No. I it was a fine. It was an okay match. I thought at first it was way too fucking slow. It was for me at least. It just felt so slow in the beginning. They did pick it up a little bit by taking some more, bumps that I did like, but I felt like for me at least, I felt like the beginning portion was just a little too long and that was like just way too slow. So I mean, I get it, but I feel like it could. I get why they did it, but I feel like it could have been executed way better, especially from Hiromu. like I don't know, maybe taunting the crowd a lot more and stuff like that. But I felt like that could have made it more effective. Um, I think towards the middle and the end, I guess it picked up a little bit more, but not to the point where I would call this like a great match. It was just fine.
I can definitely see where you're coming from on all of that. Honestly,
Absolutely.
um, and there were points where I was like, Hiromu, you got to show me something, man. Like, you know, um, I think the peak for him was that senton to the outside. That was really beast. That was
Yeah.
probably his best moment from that thing. But I've seen a lot of criticisms, and I don't watch a lot. I mean, I don't watch like any New Japan, but I've seen a lot of criticisms lately from people who watch New Japan about Hiromu, and like they're saying like he kind of takes it a little too easy sometimes. Would you agree with that, or is this like maybe unfair criticisms of Hiromu?
Definitely not unfair. He's getting older. He's coming off of a lot of injuries and stuff. So, I mean, he only has so many matches where he can go completely like pedal to the floor kind of stuff. But I think the criticism's valid, but there is a little bit of perspective there.
That's fair. Floke, you got any thoughts on that?
Not too much, but I do agree.
I can't give a lot of thoughts on it because I really I don't watch a lot of current. I mean, I've never really watched a ton of New Japan anyway. Most of the time that I watch anything from New Japan is because CMLL is somehow involved, or maybe like the big matches. But I don't know a lot about like current day Hiromu and like
Yeah,
what he looks
who's
like
just a
over
Right.
there.
big fan of Nick Nemeth versus David Finlay?
This is my match of the year list.
Oh no. Quick shout out to Mistico for taking a sunset bomb on his anniversario.
Oh shit!
That's
Yeah.
crazy shit.
God, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did take that. He didn't need to take that.
Yeah, no.
What a beast. Anyway, great show overall, I think. And we actually got another really good show the very next day. Two matches stood out to me from that one. The Arena Coliseo de Peru
Was the Dark
67.
Magic match right?
Not quite, but that one wasn't too bad. I didn't think. I was kind of half watching that one, honestly, if I'm keeping it real.
That one went 18 minutes apparently.
Did it really?
Yeah, god damn.
Big Dark Magic fans in the booking team.
Yeah.
Fascinating. It was the B team for La Fuerza Poblana too. They didn't even have.
Guerrero Maya Jr. Or did they?
Oh wait, I'm looking at. No, they didn't have Guerrero Maya Jr. But I was looking at the one from last week. It
They
was
had a
no, it was
Arcades
Arcades
Pegas and
Pegaso.
Stigna.
Hey Floke, did Kemalito get hurt
Where
in the opening match of the Saturday show?
I have no clue. I wasn't watching live.
Yeah, I missed that match and I saw some people talking about
Oh, he got semi hurt, but not completely hurt. But
okay, just got a
I think
knock.
I think they said he got gassed or something like
No,
that.
man, poor guy. Poor kid.
He's going to appear today though, so I think he's fine.
The last three though, I did enjoy. Angel de Oro and Rocky Azúcar Romero. In a match relámpago, 10 minutes. What did you think about those 10 minutes, Soups?
I thought they were great. I thought Angel de Oro was going to win the whole time, so it really got me going crazy the last minute where I thought Rocky was going to tap. He didn't tap, and then so hopefully we'll see this down the line again. Rocky's got some hair to lose. Maybe I wouldn't mind that.
I thought this match was probably one of the best match relámpagos we've gotten this year. And man, yet again, Angel de Oro has another great performance. In my opinion, you can have all your Mistico celebrations or whatever. I do not care. Angel de Oro was the most consistent wrestler in CML for the month of June. That man was having nonstop good to great matches the whole month.
I can't
And
argue.
this
I
is
can't
just
argue with
one
that.
of them.
No, yeah,
This
you're
was
right.
just one of them. This also for all you Hechicero fans out there. I'm an Hechicero fan too, but Angel de Oro was superior this one.
But was he superior this night?
No.
No, to Hechicero, no, but to Mistico, yes.
All right. Well. Okay. Well, okay. We could come back to that one, but I would. I agree. I think this match was really, really good. Two things that popped me crazy during this match. The first one, Arena Coliseo it was raining really hard, and there was a very small leak in the ceiling, and you could see a very small puddle forming in the bottom right corner of the ring. At one point, Angel de Oro walks over to that small puddle. He looks up and he opens his mouth, and
That's crazy.
a raindrop falls in his mouth, and I was like, that popped me crazy.
Yo, he was on one on Saturday. He did the he got the camera to zoom in and he was showing the goosebumps on his arm, like The Rock. Like he was Hechicero knew it was his night tonight. He was going crazy.
And then he did a really good like second rope springboard moonsault. And then the finish popped me really crazy because Rocky puts him in La de Caballo, cranking it too, cranking that motherfucker. And then Angel de Oro reverses it into La Campana somehow. But then Rocky didn't tap. I mean, that's why it ended in a draw because they reached the 10-minute time limit.
Dude, and the crowd was going like 5 minutos más. Like they were chanting 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
It's beast. They were putting on a good one, you know.
Even both Rocky and Angel de Oro were like, "Yes, give us 5 more minutes." And then I think Angel de Oro even tried to ask who was refing it. Was it Edgar that was refing the match? I don't know who was refing the match, but he was like, "Come on, let us go 5 more minutes." I was like, "Nah, I can't let you guys go 5 more minutes."
That was a good match. I'd like to see them run that one back. Both are. You know what? I'm gonna say. You know, Rocky Romero. If he was booked half as strong as he was booked in CMLL in AEW, I gotta be a beast, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I mean, you can't get booked like a world beater everywhere, but CMLL does a really good job booking Rocky. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Make him really credible. After this match, though, arguably the match of the night, and for some people, a match of the year candidate, Hechicero and Zack Sabre Jr. What are your thoughts on this?
Chills. Match of like you were saying, match of the year contender. Probably my match of the year now. Honestly,
Wow.
I really enjoyed it a lot. Like a lot. Just the crowd being basically just super loud for the entire way. Some people complaining that, certain moves should have gotten louder pops, even though the crowd was loud the entire way through the match. So I don't know why you're complaining about certain moves not getting a slightly louder reaction than the crowd already was during the entire match. But whatever. Um, man, just the way that they were, the exchanges they were having with a bunch of like these a lot of these holds and they're, reversing them and, putting Zach putting Hechicero into a hold, then, Hechicero reversing and then getting Zach into a hold. Just incredible stuff all around. Loved it.
Yeah. The opening 5 minutes to this match, I think, is some of the best chain wrestling I've ever seen. It was insane back and forth. Like, these guys are a match made in heaven. You have the like tall, lanky guy against the fucking refrigerator. You could have these guys wrestle, I think, like every day, and I don't think I would get tired of it. This was beautiful stuff.
Fantastic. Just a fantastic match. Like, golly. It's one of those things where like going in, you know it was gonna be good, and then it happened and you were like, just you're right. Everything you thought about the match, it came true. It fulfilled you in every way you thought it would, and you leave with a big old smile on your face after, Just fantastic stuff. Great finish. I saw some people complaining about the finish, but I think the finish made complete sense because
They got to run it back.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And not only that, but like this is a competition, right? If you're not
Mhm.
cheating, you're not trying, brother.
Uh,
Exactly.
And it's not like Echisato fouled him or like pulled a mask. Hey, he just put a little foot on the rope. You just need a little leverage.
yeah. It was the definition of a little leverage too. Like he didn't put 2 feet on the middle rope. He just got one up on the bottom rope, just a tiny bit.
I don't think Zach, he didn't contest it either. I don't think he complained about it. He
No, he
just
didn't
kind of,
know.
so absolutely great stuff. Great stuff. Whew. Again, this was one of those matches that everybody was talking about that night too. People
Yeah.
were asking for links to this. I was just
Yeah.
like, everybody wanted to see this, and for good reason. It was awesome.
Yeah, there was another moment towards the end where both of these guys do what is like my favorite thing that both these guys do, where Hechicero does that thing where he like rolls the guy and he like flips him up into the air and gets his
Yeah.
back on the ground, and
Yeah.
then Zach reverses that and gets him into the bridging pin where he uses his neck with no arms. Oh my god, these two are just the best at what
Great
they do.
stuff.
Yeah,
The springboard elbow into the armbar reversal by Zack Sabre Jr. was
yeah,
insane. I was
yeah,
like, this is that stuff, man. This is that stuff. It's like, I don't know.
yeah.
Perfect fusion of like classics and modern, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we could break this match like down move for move almost. Like I think it was in the third fall, Hechicero has Zach in like the nastiest like Romero special. Like, oh my god. I could go on all day about this match.
Great
Mhm.
stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think people would listen to a 24-hour podcast of us just
No,
talking about this
no.
one match.
Not real ones, that's why.
The real Club Lucha listeners who are just the truest sickos. But I don't know how much weight that word has anymore.
No, it's dead.
The last match of the night, we don't really got to go into this one that much. It was Mistico and Taiji Ishimori against Hiromu and Volador Jr. Unfortunately, the match did run short. Taiji Ishimori hurt himself. I think it was a dislocated shoulder, something with his arm. He hurt it, and they had to cut the match short. And they cut it in the best way. Mistico just hit La Mistica on both of them. Um, um, no complaints. For me, the good musical match was the night before. This one, everybody went home happy after a great Hechicero match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else? Any other things from this Saturday that we want to chat about?
On Saturday something egregious happened, if that's what we want to talk about. I mean, it was taped on Thursday, but it aired
Okay.
on
Oh.
Saturday.
Oh my God, I forgot all about this. Yeah. Tell us about what happened, Subs. Give us the
Oh my god!
breakdown.
All right. Well, I won't do the full breakdown. You can go read Ultimo Guerrero's Facebook
Facebook
post.
post.
But I think I have my facts right here. He shows up for the collision taping, no mask, because when did he lose his mask? Like 2014?
2014, yeah. Like,
Yeah. He has not worn a mask in almost 10 years now. Shows up, and they say, Ultimo Guerrero, where's your mask? He says, I don't have a mask. And they have this whole match that revolves around Ultimo Guerrero wearing a mask. And instead of pivoting like normal people, they make him the fucking shittiest mask I've ever seen in my life. Make him wear it. He's struggling with it the whole match just for the finish to be Okada unmasking Ultimo Guerrero hiding his face to protect his identity that we've all known for the last 10 years. And then he gets Rainmakered and loses. I think that's right. I think I got it right.
That's true. Ultimo Guerrero phrases it a lot more gently. Um,
Yeah.
he, which just shows he's a good man because
Yeah.
he gave nothing but praise to whoever in house in AEW who made that mask. He gave them. I mean, they worked with like an hour of time to make it, so it's not like they had a ton of time to do it. He was all, he said he was going to keep it. He was really proud of the person who tried to make it and all that. But I mean, the takeaway from this is that uh, it wasn't a good mask. Um, he's very kind to them, but if you watch the entire match, the entire time he's fumbling with the mask, it's coming off.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and a very for people who are really into the online lucha libre space. Floke pops huge at this guy. This is one of his favorite dudes. Kung Fu Junior was catching a lot of hate. A lot of hate.
I said
online.
no. I said Kung Fu Junior was getting dunked on.
Yeah.
Well, he commented first, and he was like, "Man, I'm actually a good mask maker. Mine would have been efficient. It would have let him. It would have done the job perfectly." And then on other posts in like Facebook and TikTok, you would just see a bunch of people just fucking dunking on Kung Fu Junior. Kung Fu Junior the entire time.
They were dunking on him like crazy. Like even in videos where he was not mentioned, people would they would just be talking about the mask and like this was a poor mask. No mention of Kung Fu Junior by the original video. People would be like, Kung Fu Junior made that mask. That's why it sucks. Catching crazy strays for no reason. Online, when this information came out, I just wanted, you know what? I'm gonna take a lap on my enemies real quick, on my ops,
Ooh.
whose names I don't even know. Listen, people were trying to tell me when I posted that was such a strange blunder, an own goal, right? None of that had to happen. It didn't have to go like that. A little more communication would have solved this issue. Just, would have prevented this issue from ever even happening. And saying that riled some people up so badly, and I'm assuming these people are very die-hard AEW fans who are incapable of criticizing, when mistakes are made. And it's fine to criticize them. Because if you don't criticize them, they're going to make the same mistakes again, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these people were coming at me being like, oh, I'd love to see the scoop for this. Who are you believing? Brian Alvarez? SRS? Yeah, great backstage scoop. I'm waiting for the proof. My brother in Christ. The first guy that said that to me, of course, got to dunk on this fool. You just a screenshot directly from Ultimo Guerrero. Direct from the guy. The guy literally, all he said back to me was, fair enough. And somebody was like, you're not going to say anything else? He's going to be like, he said, no. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not petty enough and I'm not vindictive enough to keep going on somebody. He came at me a certain type of way and I'm going to come back a certain type of way. That's it. That's it. After that, though, more guys still said some stuff to me, right? One guy was like, oh, y'all just believe any of these scoops bullshits, all this stuff. And I kindly, literally, I didn't even dunk on this guy. I don't think I dunked on him. Maybe he felt dunked on because I literally just replied. I was like, the scoop is Ultimo Guerrero himself. Like, again, I just replied to this guy. I didn't even quote tweet him. I just replied to him, and he replied back to me, and he was like, oh, I didn't see that. By the way, there's ways to explain things without being a dick. I swear to God, I did not degrade him. I didn't call him anything. I didn't say anything bad about him. But for some reason, I was the dick in this situation. Whatever. And I was just like, for the rest of the night when I saw that so badly, I actually wanted to be an asshole to this guy. I really wanted to go back and retweet him and be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. It's so insane to me, like, not to go on an AEW tangent here, but the people that think AEW is immune to criticism, especially in this case, are standing against like what it was supposed to stand for in the first place, where like AEW was a company that acknowledged the outer like world of wrestling, where that was the counter to WWE, who was very insulary. And to make a guy who hasn't worn a mask in 10 years wear a mask and try and protect his identity is doing the exact opposite of what they set out to do. Like, you're trying to take advantage of your fans that probably haven't seen a lot of CMLL, and it backfired big time.
The thing is, too, I saw people bringing up that, like for Fantasticamania, like Japan tours, he does like, and sometimes Ultimo Guerrero will come out with a mask and like wear it for like a minute, then take it off and
Oh yeah,
wrestle.
yeah.
You
But he
know,
takes it off and he puts it
You
in
know,
his tag partner's corner. That's what he does.
a little aside here, but that dude was milking it this year on the Fantasticamania tours. He was taking it off. He was looking like he was about to cry and stuff. That's a real beast. That's a worker.
but just a bizarre situation that shouldn't happen again. And if it does, then we have a legitimate problem here. But we have
Yeah,
we have a legitimate problem here, Tony. All right, so.
like you
But
said, own goal.
But for now, you know what? It happened. It's past. Um, don't let it happen again.
Yeah. And one final thing. Fuck you, Kung Fu Junior.
Yeah,
He's gonna make a video calling us out now, dog. I need you to know that he's
yeah.
gonna be like, he's gonna be yelling into his phone camera at us. I'm gonna
They're
call it out
calling him
again.
crazy shit in that comment section that we shouldn't repeat on it.
We won't repeat it.
We can't repeat on it. We can't repeat it. We can't repeat it on it.
Can't repeat that on there, but
Don't worry, we'll get Pirata Morgan on the podcast.
that's true. We'll get him to talk through it. Last CMLL thing, I guess, also AEW related, is Atlantis Jr. and Kyle Fletcher scheduled for this Friday the ROH TV title, and they are main eventing. What are Atlantis Jr.'s chances to walk away ROH TV champion after Friday?
Ooh.
I hope it's 100.
Yeah, I feel like it's like 50-50, which makes
Dude,
for
I'm pouring honey on this dude.
Look, I said 70%. I you know,
70% he's gonna win.
yeah, I said 70% he wins.
Okay, nice.
Just because
I hope so.
Because what I'm thinking here is, right, my thought process behind this is, first off, it's Atlantis Jr. If you wanted somebody to take an L, you wouldn't pick Atlantis Jr. because he already lost against Chris Jericho, right, in AEW.
Sure. Yeah.
You would pick someone like Mistico if you wanted someone to lose.
Oh,
That's the last
brother.
guy you pick. Ooh, you pick somebody like
Dark
Trujillo.
Magic.
Second, it's main eventing. And
Yep.
to me, that's like, you know, Atlantis Jr. is coming away with it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's gotta win.
And
Can
then
I?
also, go ahead.
Here's the scenario I think is the most likely. So I think now that you guys are talking this through, and I've thought this through now, I think he'll win on Friday, and then I think Float brought it up last week that they have Death Before Dishonor coming up in July in
Yeah, they have all those Texas shows.
in Arlington. Yeah, so maybe he drops it back to Fletcher in Arlington. So maybe a little, or drops it to somebody else, like a quick transition reign or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. I wouldn't mind. And also, it makes CML look better in the relationship because, you know, they picked up some wins. Obviously, they won Homenaje a dos Leyendas. And then when Mistico goes over, he wins. But
hell yeah,
you know, and then the squash matches like Hechicero, he beat Daddy Magic, I think, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so. Yeah.
if you're looking like all-time record for all CMLL guys versus all AEW guys, it's pretty close. I feel like they've tried to keep it pretty close, but AEW definitely has higher profile wins on their TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, especially if the thing is, if Atlantis Jr. was going to lose, he would be doing it on Dynamite, or he'd be doing it on Collision, or even on Rampage,
or God forbid on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're going to Arena Mexico, the fact that, like you said, those Arlington dates, those are probably, you know, having some CMLL guys will probably help them draw a little more.
Yeah.
He gains 5 points of luck.
Yeah. I'm still going to say 70-30, though, because that 30% chance, we'll see.
Yeah, I think you fucked me up to 70.
Here's what you do. You give Atlantis Jr. the title, and then you do Atlantis Jr. versus Rey Cometa at Death Before Dishonor.
Give Rey Cometa. Honestly, these people are not ready for...
I'm cooking, man.
They're not ready for Rey Cometa.
These people don't know, but I'm cooking like crazy with that match right there.
God.
Oh yeah,
But
on other news of CML wrestlers, international wise, the Rev Pro cruiserweight champion Neon is defending his championship against Will Caven on Sunday, June 30th. If for our 3 Rev Pro fans that watch this
Yeah.
that listen to this
Why'd
podcast,
you say a fake name? What was that guy's name?
Will Caven?
No, that's not real.
I'm not joking. That's his name.
that's a guy. That's a real guy.
Yeah,
That's
that's what it
NXT
Will.
regen.
It's Will Kaven.
Hmm. I've never heard of him.
So
Is
yeah,
he? You watched his matches
uh,
before? Or is he like kind of like? You
dude,
think Neon's retaining?
I don't watch Rev Pro.
Uh,
I don't watch. Who knows? Maybe I don't know how long Rev Pro plans on keeping the title with Neon. I don't. I think he's probably dropping it before their anniversary show, which is still like 9 or 8 weeks away. So they still have time. So we'll see. Maybe he retains. Who knows?
good stuff. Look,
And there's the Forbidden Door matches.
CMLL, the belt collectors. They had a New Japan title, that Women's Strong, that ROH TV title, the Rev Pro title, the MLW title, another
Dude, they got a
MLW title.
Komura.
Yeah.
They got a Komura. Oof.
So they have right now. Well, right now they only have 4, but maybe after Sunday they'll still have 4. Even if Stephanie Baquet drops hers, if Atlantis picks one up, and then if Neon retains, they'll have 4. But if Neon loses, then they'll have 3. If Atlantis wins
Yeah.
and Baquet drops
Who
and Neon drops.
Yeah. Yeah, and then who knows? Maybe Okamura wins the MLW World Champion. Like
Oh my.
he'll win. He'll become the MLW World Champion. He'll challenge Kojima.
Interesting stuff. So today, if we're to transition to the other Lucha Libre promotion in Mexico, AAA.
AML. Oh, that one.
AAA has just announced today in their press conference, not the full lineup because we didn't get every name, but we got a rough idea of this year's Triplemania Ciudad de Mexico, the biggest Triplemania show, and arguably the most Triplemania show of the year so far.
Yes.
Well, I can't even say so far. It's the last one. They're not doing 4. First, we can just run through this really quickly. Just a few thoughts on each match. The first one, I can't. The first one, there's not a lot of thoughts
Doesn't matter.
because we didn't get any.
There's
names.
no name revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one revealed. All we got was you'll see some classic luchadors from Retro AAA. That's all we got.
I would have never guessed. Based on the entire year, who would have guessed that some retro workers would show up?
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier, but I do just want to make this connection. They build this match like the Copa Bardal, as a bunch of retro luchadors can show up. Is that not exactly what happened in Monterrey for that Copa Bardal? Was that not the same idea?
I felt that it was.
Is there like a special gimmick? Like, is this only a certain amount of people? It's not a battle royal, like, because if it's just a battle royal again, like, then it's the same. It's the same match that they ran in Monterrey that wasn't very good. So we're just running it again, I guess.
Who knows, man?
It's whatever. Match number 2. What else did we get on the card?
Flamer versus question mark. She's defending her Reina's title. I think they said the winner that comes out of Escándalo de Verano was going to be challenging Flamer, so we'll see. We'll see soon enough who's going to challenge her.
Who do you think is? Who do you think they're getting?
Who knows? Maybe maybe another one of Las Tóxicas.
Could be. Whatever happened to that Dalis and? I thought they were gonna do Dalis and Fabi.
No. Please no.
Gave up on that one.
I don't know.
Could be. I don't know who they're gonna do for that one as well. Because I mean, who's the emphasis on?
Who knows?
Maybe they'll do Fabi, but I mean, Fabi's already won. Like, I mean, she's already done everything there is to do. I feel like in AAA, right?
Yep.
I have more to say about Fabi after we're done talking about it because there's a match that's being left off that I want to discuss. But After this match, they gave us three-way tag team titles match. Am I correct?
No. It's Laredo Kid versus
Oh,
Matt Riddle.
skip that one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
blocked that one
yeah.
out for my own sake.
Free Laredo Kid.
What
Free
do you
my
think,
man.
Soups?
For the Matt Riddle match,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm good.
I like Let Little Kid so much, man. I wish he could show what he could do against, like, I don't know, stronger opponents sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or more meaningful, like, focused matches. Because I think he's so good. I think he's so talented. Oh,
Then
the match will
fourth
probably
match.
be it'll probably be fine though. It probably won't be
Yeah.
bad.
Fourth match is the three-way tag title match. Negro Casas and Psycho Clown versus Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galeno del Mal versus WWE legend Raj Desi and Sanam Singh.
Now, for those who are unaware, who is Raj Desi?
The former WWE champion that defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Not for the title, but he did defend against him. Jinder Mahal.
Floki, you got to put some respect on his name. He's now known as the Maharaja Raj Desi.
My bad.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're fine. You get one pass.
I don't know. Maybe this match can be good. I don't know.
My thoughts on this match are okay. So if you want to cover for, because they did a good job covering for the age of Negro Casas and Dr. Wagner Jr. on the last Triplemania. We praised that match very heavily. But if you want to cover for them, do you pick Satnam Singh and the Maharaja?
No.
Are those the guys? You
No,
know, because I don't
dude.
know. I don't know if Galeno del Mal and Psycho Clown can carry this whole thing. You know.
Yeah,
I don't think
they're big guys. I don't think they can lift that much though.
I don't. This would have been way easier if they would have just said, "Fuck it." You know what? Brazo de Oro Junior, Brazo Cibernético Junior. Come on, and just it would have been a lot easier if they just did that. Okay, or just bring it if you're gonna, if you're gonna bring in other Crash guys again, which I don't think they did for this Triplemania. They could have just brought in the Mexa Boys, just bring in Noisy Boy and Spiderfly. That would have they probably could have covered. Even though they would have done like 30 crucifix drivers, but hey, that's better than having to see old man Negro Casas and old man Wagner Jr. So
Yeah, which I still like. They both pop me when I see them, but I can recognize that you need to cover for them. Somebody needs to cover for them on some of these matches because moving a little slower. But I don't know. Could be good, but I'm not high on it right now. After that, what was
oh, this should have been the main event. I'm kidding. It shouldn't even be on this show. Um, Vampiro Canadiense versus we don't know yet in a casket match. This is Vampiro's retirement match, and we don't know who his opponent is, but all we know is that supposedly it's going to be a cinematic styled match. So yeah, it should be something.
cinematic style match, pre-taped. They're probably just gonna air it. I mean, I don't have any. I don't. I mean, the past two live Vampiro matches have not been great. They main
It's been
evented.
horrible.
You know, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Soups?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be a cinematic match. And I think that's all I got to say on that one.
Yeah, we'll see on that one.
Yeah, and next match, semi-main event. The rematch that nobody was anticipating for. We have Nick Nemeth versus Alberto El Patron for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, man.
First match was bad. I don't know.
Second match could be
May-
worse.
yeah,
Maybe that's something to look forward to.
second match might be worse. Yeah, no
Even
other
if it's
thoughts
better, it
besides
could still
that.
be bad.
Yeah.
There's no.
I think like we said before this match happened the first time, this match wasn't good when it happened 10 years ago. So running it now is just insane. I'm looking at both their faces right now, and they're telling me they don't have it in them right now.
I don't know, man. People both. I mean, look, he came out in that shirt in Monterrey, and people were clowning him crazy. He got into better shape for Tijuana, but I mean, I don't even remember him doing anything in that match. Do you even remember him doing anything?
Nope.
No.
So I don't know what he's going to show. I mean, he'll be in better shape, but I don't know what he's actually going to show us in this match. Not super excited for this one either.
Yeah.
Bad. All right, main event time because I want to get done with this. We have oh, it was good. It's the return of a certain well, Foos, why don't you tell us the certain stipulation that's returning?
Ah, yes. The immortal, the famous Domo de la Muerte, right? It's kind of like a really messed up like cage match, but you have to get in, you have to get out through like this little hole in the top. It's not like a normal cage, it's like a dome, and you have to like climb up the dome and like get through this little hole.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, 100% real here. I fear for the safety of guys in this match because
They're old.
yes, and that is not an easy climb to make, especially because it's angled like inward, especially up
Yeah.
there towards the top. It's like it's hard. I feel like it's hard for like young guys to do, and like they're throwing in some pretty older names in there that
Mhm.
I'm like, this could maybe not be great.
Yeah. There's no way Cibernetico makes it out of that cage. He's got an anchor holding him down. I don't think he can drag it all the way up.
I'll say this
Yeah.
though.
So
Go ahead. Go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna
No,
say there's some opportunity for some classic AAA shenanigans though. So some
yep.
good shenanigans, like you know, that makes you think of, oh, this is AAA, you know?
Mhm. So the participants for this match, we know 6 of them so far out of the 12. We have Dark Cuervo, Dark Oz, Cibernético, El Fiscal, Abismo Negro Jr., and Psicosis. Psicosis 2. And we have participants 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 yet to be revealed, but it might be Psycho Circus or El Mesias' group, but we don't know. We'll have to find out at the next press conference that they're doing, probably. Um, that's probably who it's going to be, but if it were me, if we're trying to fill out those last 6 spots, I would personally go with El Negocio Tramado, Fresero Jr. and 2 of his boys. And then for the last 3 spots, put in Pig Destroyer.
Yeah.
Just put in 3 of the pigs.
Pig
Hell yeah.
Destructor and Pig Pool.
Will
Yeah,
they fit through the hole at the top of the cage?
who knows, but they'll find a way.
I don't know if they can make that climb. Those guys are pretty big.
They'll find a way,
Surely there's gonna have to be like a door, because like,
probably.
A
oh, I'm
rope
telling you,
ladder.
like if you guys have watched
Well,
these Domo de la Muertes before, like they look like they're hard to climb out of.
Mm-hmm.
Kenzo
that is not an
Suzuki was
easy
in one.
climb,
I think he lost one, right?
I think.
We'll see. Anyway, as it gets closer, obviously we'll talk about it more once the lineup is fully announced. But giving a first look at it is not super inspiring. There's parts that I think will be better than Monterrey and probably maybe a little better than Tijuana, but overall, like I wouldn't say it's a good.
It's the most Triplemania looking card so far,
Yeah, interesting. I
which
don't know.
doesn't mean it's a good card, but
I'll say this:
it,
if we get some, but we have to get some like real like triple A. Like I want to see somebody on a motorcycle, bro. I want to see somebody
Yeah, hell
chasing down an
yeah.
ambulance on a motorcycle, like Antonio Peña did for the Cibernetico La Parca match.
yes, yes. I hope Tejano Jr. somehow finds his way back and throws Pagano off something else.
Oh,
Just
last thing I want to talk
hilarious.
about. Last thing I want to talk about. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity for AAA. Fabi Apache and Jeff Jarrett have been going at it on these last two Triplemanias in some form or fashion. Not really for any reason. Fabi Apache would just come out to like, I guess, stop Jeff Jarrett from messing with Maricela or just like defend AAA's honor. And she'd been doing that for like Triplemania Monterrey, Triplemania Tijuana. So I expected that was building to something against Jeff Jarrett, but it just wasn't. Maybe she's gonna come out. She's gonna come out for the Psycho Clown and Negro Casa's title defense because Jeff Jarrett's gonna be ringside for that one.
Yeah.
Because another thing, people were getting really confused online. They saw that graphic and they were like, "Is this match 2 versus 3?" Because Jeff Jarrett's name was on it and he was like listed like as on their team.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. It's strange.
For everyone listening, Jeff Jarrett will probably not actually be in the match. He's going to be ringside and he's going to be doing Jeff Jarrett shenanigans. So
Yeah.
he'll probably be the best part of that match.
Damn, that's disrespectful to Galeno.
Well, he can't carry it on his own.
You're right.
Psycho Clown.
Oh yeah, and for the people watching, this was recorded before the CML Tuesday. Well, I don't know when this is going out, but if it comes out after Friday, this is before the CML Tuesday shows and the Friday show. Also before CML Informa. So if there's some stuff that's announced and we don't talk about it here, that's why, because we recorded it before the shows happened.
That's true. We're tuned in, but we're not so tuned in that we can tell the future.
Yes.
All right. I think that just about wraps it up. Everything I wanted to talk about. You guys have anything else we want to discuss before we wrap things up here?
No, I can say it for the next episode.
All right, Soups.
No, I think I am all good.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode then. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed Fantasticamania Mexico as much as we did as well. Mistico's 20th anniversary. If you haven't had the chance yet, go on Instagram, search videos from that night. You're gonna see a completely different view from the crowd. You really, you're just gonna have a great time. You get goosebumps, chills, tears in your eyes, smile on your face.
If you watch what you said over Zack Sabre Jr., you'll have tears in your eyes. It's fantastic.
You have double the tears in your eyes, double the chills down your spine.
No, that's the only thing that's giving you chills and tears.
All right. Well, until the next episode, we'll catch y'all later. See y'all.
Mistico.
Peace. Ooh, no.